Palatine Hill, Palatino. It is believed that this is where the city of Rome was born. According to legend, it was here on the Palatine Hill that the twin brothers Romulus and Remus were adopted by a she-wolf and grew up in a cave. As adults, they decided to build a city, but they couldn't reach an agreement and ended up fighting. Romulus killed his brother and started to build his city, Rome. The word Palatine came from the Latin Palatinum, which is related to the word Palatis, which means palace. The hill took this name because the area was full of palaces of emperors, Roman aristocracy, and major figures of the city. Historians believe that this place was chosen for the construction of palaces because the air was cleaner at the top of the hill, and its inhabitants could avoid the foul air shared by the working class, which they believe caused diseases. Emperors Augustus, Tiberius, and Domitian all had houses here, as well as the famous orator Cicero. Ruins of some of these ancient palaces and some other buildings still remain, and there is evidence that the hill has been settled since the Bronze Age. The heart of the Palatine Hill was formed by Domitian's palace, which for 3 centuries was the largest in Rome. It was built in 81 AD and had 2 wings, a private one called the Domus Augustana and a public one called the Domus Flavia. The remains of both wings can still be found. There is also the House of Livia, the home of the first Roman emperor, Augustus, and his wife, Livia, which dates back to the 1st century BC. It is one of the best preserved houses on the hill. Archaeologists also think that they have found the house where Augustus was born. Remains of the palace of the emperor Septimus Severus are also visible, as are the ruins of his baths, adjacent to the palace. Near this area is the stadium, the Hippodrome of Domitian, but it is unclear if it was used for competitions or used as a private garden. To the northwest are the ruins of the Palace of Tiberius, also known as Caligula, built in the 1st century AD. More recent, but no less important, are the Farnese Gardens, built on the top of the ruins by Cardinal Alessandro Farnese during the 16th century. It was one of the first botanical gardens in Europe, featuring many rare plants, and it was connected to the Roman Forum through several staircases. During the Middle Ages, several churches and convents were built. It is in one of those old convents that the Palatine Antiquarian Museum is today housed, with many of the artifacts found in the area. Here on the Palatine Hill, there still remain the ruins of the houses of the richest, most famous, and most influential Romans. Besides being one of the most ancient parts of the city with undoubted historic interest, it is a beautiful site with amazing views.